Good morning, world. How y'all doing? J Tuck here. Happy Monday. This is another episode of Uncomfortable Conversation, aka Truck Chronicles with J Tuck. Today I want to have an uncomfortable conversation about taking the masculinity out of the household and away from men. I want to ask the uncomfortable question about what can we do as men to make sure that this agenda is not successful. It has already been taken over. It is already low-key. They're already low-key trying to make it successful. Let's have a conversation about how, like, the picture behind me, this is one of my old quarterbacks from my childhood team, USC, Southern Cal, not South Carolina, for the people who don't know. He was an outstanding quarterback for us, and even at USC he was painting his nails. Now, I have no problem with gay people. I have no problem if that's what you want to do, but if this isn't his preference, why are we doing things like this to try and look pretty? To be honest, men back in the day used to try and look pretty. I think I touched on this before about like Ronald Isley, Prince, like for the ladies and stuff like that. I don't know any woman that looks at a man's nails and says, oh God, I want to talk to him because his nails are adorable, or they're beautiful, or I love his nails. It just doesn't sound right to me. Now, call me old-fashioned, maybe I'm not with the times. This is just one of the ways I feel that they are trying to take the masculinity out of the households and out of the modern day men. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw this yesterday and I was like, oh, there's a lot of people that do that. This is a lot of rappers that do this. As you can see, I'm not with that. Like, I don't even like white nail polish. My wife is taking me to get manicures and it just feels uncomfortable and weird to me. But I mean, hey, I'm not saying everybody that goes and gets a manicure is sweet or they gay or whatever, or they're trying to be feminine. I'm just saying that I'm noticing that our favorite quarterbacks, our favorite celebrities have now been popping out as if this is the new agenda to make black males or males more feminine. And I don't know what the agenda is. Can we actually talk about it? I got some other pictures that I'm about to show on the next clips as well. So just follow me and let's talk about it. This one right here, this is my boy who used to be a Laker, Kyle Kuzma. He pretty much is telling us that, you know, he would have made more money if he puts on a dress. In the fashion world and the agenda that they wanted him to push, because he got into the fashion world very early in his career, he is pretty much telling us in this statement that there are powers that be that will pay him extra to push the agenda and the narrative that he wants us to push. That's self-explanatory. What can we do? Let's have an uncomfortable conversation of what can we do to shut down the masses, the people that have all the money and power, to stop making our young black kids do anything for the money or sell out for the money. This is not what real men do, in my opinion. I want you to see that there's a white lady called Allie Beth Stuckey that says if masculinity were truly toxic, then kids growing up without dads would presumably be better off than those who have them. But they're not. They tend to be more depressed, aggressive, and or criminal. Truth is, we need more masculinity in society, not less. Where is the lie here? Where is the lie here? It could be an opinion, because there's nothing here that stated facts. This is all honestly could honestly be her opinion. But like, from what I know, anybody that, you know, this ain't too far off. You know what I'm saying? Like, masculinity, the lack of it being in the house did not stop somebody from robbing a bank or so on and so forth. So like, we're gonna stop pretending like that's the problem. I don't even want to keep this up here too long, but like any guy, male, female, whatever, that you know, any guy that's masculine should not be wearing nothing like this. Like, this isn't a masculine type of attitude. I don't care if you're a bodybuilder or not. I don't even know this man's situation. But as you can see, they posted this and said old-fashioned men to modern men. Let me hurry up and get this off because this just pisses me off. Like, it's not even about It's the fact of the audacity, bro. Like, don't do that. I posted this. I wanted to show y'all who owns BET, and I was surprised when I saw this. And the reason why I'm showing this is because this plays hand in hand on exactly why the women that are on these shows are always sexualized. This is what they think about women, and these are the people that control the narrative of our men. So our black women, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but I get frustrated every time I want to have an uncomfortable conversation about why is it that every time I'm watching a movie or a show with a black woman or a white woman or a woman period, why does, like, if they're walking into a room, why do they always show their crotch area? Why is the camera panned on their ass or their titties? Or like when they walk out of a pool, you want to definitely give us that eye candy. These women can be fully clothed in a business suit, but when they walk into the interrogation room, they're showing the back view of their crotch or the back view of their behind, and so on and so forth. I can't make this up. Watch another movie and tell me that when it's all about the woman or a woman is the main star, count how many times the camera pans down to her private parts. I'm sick of it. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't notice it and see it in every action movie, any movie, a love movie, it don't matter. If it was a movie, an action movie specifically for men, I get it. They try to draw the men in because that's what they want to see. But like, I've watched love movies and kids movies where they've done the exact same thing. Disney Channel movies, Nickelodeon movies do the exact same thing with these young girls. Saved by the Bell, the new show on Peacock, did the exact same thing. I'm not making this up. This right here shows and says, this is Music Soul Child saying that they have chemicals that can change a male into a female. I pretty much already knew this, but like, when are we gonna wake up? When are we gonna wake up and figure out, like, hey, listen, they're trying to take the masculine men out of the household. I got no problem with bro. He can walk in his truth. He is actually gay, so like, he can do what he wants. I have no problem with that, but I do have a problem with the masses pushing this agenda on everybody. They have equal rights. Any gay person has equal rights, so I'm all for that. I have no problem with this picture. I have no problem with what he stands for. Long as we know that these are for the people that enjoy this. I have something to say. Everybody's calling me an old head, but this looks feminine to me. I feel like this is another ploy or way that they're trying to defeminize or take the masculinity out of the men, not the shorts, but these messenger bags, aka these purses, aka bags. I will show you in a couple of clips what we used to wear, but this wasn't it. My wife wears this, my grandmother wore this, my mom wore this. This is what we actually used to wear on our back, or we had the one strap that strapped across us on our back. This is what we wore. Messenger bag again. I'm sorry, I can't rock with it. Y'all think this is cool? It's not. Don't care if you got a gun in it or not. Go get a book bag, go get a holster. That's all I gotta say. Don't care if it's a Draco or not. Put it in a book bag. I want every person that wears these messenger bags to know that this is what they look like from our point of view and vantage point. This is what you look like sitting off to the side, looking like this. Now, I have no problem, but this is an aura of a feminine man, in my opinion. This is an aura of a feminine man. Seriously, now I could be totally wrong, but what I am saying is, on first glance, if you walk past this man, this is what American society wants us to look like or feel like he's a feminine man. I'm not agreeing with that. Let's have that uncomfortable conversation and bring this to light, that this is not okay. All in all, man, let's make it appropriate. Let's make it appropriate to take back our masculinity. Let's start holding the door for women again, pulling out chairs and actually courting women like we're supposed to. Let's take back our power of being masculine. Let's have this uncomfortable conversation with our friends and our family members that think it's cool to sit on our asses while our wives and our women's work. I don't really talk about relationships or man versus women at all. This will probably be the only time you ever hear me say anything about man versus woman. And it's only because I'm talking about the masculinity is in a crisis for men. I will never say this again. I don't talk about relationships because that's not my lingo. That's not my style. Everybody has issues in their marriages and relationships. So don't look for me to say anything else. Uncomfortable conversation. The next one, chime in, give me your thoughts. This is a real issue.